Hi, we're going to do a demonstration of subcu fluids today in cats. There's a lot of reasons that cats would need to be administered subcu fluids at home. It can be kidney failure, that's one of the more common reasons, but also cats with bladder issues like male cats. Can you start over?
Yep, okay. Okay.
Hi, we're going to do a demonstration of subcu fluids in cats today. That's something that people have to do at home commonly if their cats are in renal failure or have urinary issues like crystals in their urine or sterile cystitis or even really bad UTIs. So I'm going to go through it from start to finish. A lot of times we'll put the bag together for you, but in case we don't, I'm going to go through that. Fluids come in a bag like this. Pull the outer plastic. Down here, there's two different tabs to pull. It does not matter which one you pull, and they pull off kind of hard, and then you'll see like a rubber stopper underneath. Then we have to hook the fluid line up to it. And by the way, this cat is sedated. He's going to be neutered in 5 minutes. So you don't have to put the fluids on your cat like this. So this is an empty fluid line, and it has the end that goes in the fluid, so you pull off the safety cap. This is sharp, but not crazy sharp. And you push it in this rubber stopper. Now here's where it comes in handy to have something high. This can be the doorknob on your cupboard. It could be something hanging in your bathroom, like on a shower curtain, because these work by gravity. So I'm going to hang it up here, and there are several little stoppers on this. The first stopper is this blue one, and it's just a clamp. It goes on and off. If you look here, when I have it open, it's dripping. When I clamp it, it's not. The other spot is down here. This rolls up and down. And when it's rolled at the top, it's wide open and fluids go through. When you roll it down, it pinches the line. This is also how we adjust the flow. You're not going to need to do that, but just so you know. Now it is very important that you run all of the air out of the line. So you can do that over a garbage can or a sink or onto a towel. If you squeeze this while your clamp is closed, you'll get just a little bit of fluid in this visual window. That's kind of nice to know because you can see how many drips are coming through. This will stay steady. If you overfill it like this one and you can't see your drips and you want to, all you have to do is turn your bag upside down, squeeze it back in there, and you're right back to where you started. So it is nice to know how fast the drips are going in. So I'm going to open up this fluid line for this kitty and just make sure all the air bubbles are out. And they are. So the next thing we have to deal with is the needles and syringes, or the needles. So these are actually the same size needle. These are 18 gauge, 1 1/2. We just use different brands, so sometimes they're green, sometimes they're pink. If you're using this needle on one cat and say you're doing fluids 2 or 3 times a week, you can use the needle 2 or 3 times before you have to put a sharp one on. So these screw on, there's a screw on end. So you can just gently twist this. Just to warn you though, if you twist too hard, you can't get them off without a pliers. So kitties have all this extra skin up here. This is their scruff. That's something Mother Nature gave them. So that when they're in fights or so their mamas can carry them around. You can go anywhere in this area. So we like to tent the skin between our thumb and our forefinger. And we're not going to put that needle straight down. We're going to come in at an angle. And I usually don't push it in right all the way until I have the fluids going. And then once it's going, I push in all the way. And then you pretty much have to sit here and wait. Now this works on gravity. So my favorite place to do this at home is in the bathroom. If your shower is by your toilet, you can literally sit on the toilet with your cat on your lap and have this hung up high and you can reach everything. Now I know this kitty is asleep and so she's not putting up any fight, but cats tolerate this wonderfully. They really do. They don't mind the needles. Sometimes when their necks get fully distended from the fluids, they get a little uncomfortable, but for the most part, they sit there and allow you to do this. So there's two ways to decide how much fluids to put in, and your doctor is going to advise you. One way is to look at the bag. Let me pull this bag down. You can see there are numbers right there. Each number is 100 ml, and it's a very rough estimate, but you can use that and watch that fluid go down. And when 100 mLs go in, you can quit if that's what your doctor prescribes. If you have a huge cat, it might be 200. The other way to do it, and what I often tell the staff here when the technicians are administering sub-Q fluids, is give them a good fist size. So, or I'll say the size of a plum, the size of an orange, the size of my fist. And then they're literally using that to gauge. Now you can see the little lump of fluids that's there right now. That's probably only about 12 mLs. We got a ways to go on this kitty. One of the reasons they're not running fast in this cat is because I have this too close to this from a height point of view. One thing that we do to make it go faster, and you can do this if you have two people, is you can literally squeeze the bag. See when I squeeze the bag how much faster that's dripping? Whereas if I just let gravity go, we just get a slower drip. So if you look at the kitty, you can see that the lump is getting bigger. And it's okay, these lumps can be pretty dang big. If your cat is very dehydrated, that lump will disappear within an hour or two. If the cat is pretty well hydrated, that lump could stay around for 24 hours. Sometimes it'll even shift and the fluid will kind of move down their leg, and a couple hours later it will look like they have a swollen elbow. Don't worry, they'll absorb those fluids just fine. So anything else I'm missing, Alyssa?
I don't think so.
Sub-Q fluids?
I don't think so.
All right, thanks.